Kevin, in a game is back and forth as this one, as it was down the stretch. You know, you're knocking down a three. What's going through your mind in that sequence of that final play for the Mavericks?
Yeah, I felt it was an opportunity for us to get the ball out of Luka's hands. I mean, it's 3 seconds on the clock, and him to rush a pass, and they rush a shot. I thought the probabilities on that, you know, when him making that shot was pretty low, but he made a great shot, you know. Like I spin sands and make him mislead. If he missed that, it's great defense by us. But, you know, that's why you get paid $20 million a year to make them shots, you know. So, got to give him credit.
What do you say in the locker room as a group? You guys won 4 in a row, second half of back-to-back, third game in 4 nights. You know, I'm sure it's deflating to a certain extent, but what's the message in the locker room as you guys get ready for Friday?
Yeah, it's deflating for sure. You know, we wish we would have won that game. You know, we playing well lately, and against a good team like that who's been playing well this the last few weeks too. So it have felt good winning that game, you know, but it felt shitty going into the locker room. I mean, that's just the nature of it. You know, a game-winning shot like that, nobody's feeling good. We watched that last play, you know, just regret. You know, wondering what the game would have been like if I didn't go jump Luka right there. You know what I'm saying? So in hindsight, everything just, you know, I wish I'd have made a different decision, but, you know, it is what it is.
Kevin, on the other end, they seem to be blitzing you, throwing 2, sometimes 3 at you the entire game. Just what type of challenges did that pose for you all night?
It posed a challenge for sure. I think my teammates did a great job of playing out of it, and you know, I didn't feel like we ran any sets because as soon as I came across half court, if I got the ball, I seen 2 people running them. I mean, that's the first time I ever played against something like that from the tip, you know, and everywhere I went, as soon as I touched the ball, it was guys just selling out to stop me. And I guess they desperate for a win. I mean, they've been playing that way, and they started off the season struggling, so I guess this was an adjustment for them, and they see we were shorthanded too, so it worked out for them.
Do you take that as a sign of respect?
Of course. Yes, that shows me that the level of respect is high, you know, for them to forget about their schemes as a team, forget about what they've been working on most of the year, for them to do that, you know. I asked Jason Kidd, I say, well, shit, you paid Dorian Finney-Smith all that money. I mean, is he a defender or you going to rely on this for this next 4 years with him? But it's a smart strategy. I mean, you got to tip their hat to them. They executed it. But late in the game, they did a good job of, like, mixing it up because sometimes I was driving, I had a lane, and I'm thinking there's going to be more help, and I rushed the shot, you know? So they did their job with it. I respect it.
Kevin, you just touched on this a little bit, but you said you liked your odds on that last play. Is there anything that you thought maybe caught up with you guys down the stretch?
I just think they made shots. You know, they got guys that can put their head down and go get a basket. You got Spencer, you got Jalen Brunson, you got obviously Luka, you know, so they just put their head down and got to the free throw line. They made some tough ones over us in that fourth. And, you know, but I think we did a great job all night of just matching them.
And then I think 6 or 7 guys in double figures. I mean, Goran had a big game. What did you like about the flow offensively throughout the game with everyone kind of chipping in and getting there?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, they were just selling out to stop me no matter what. So if I got at half court, they was running and trapping me, and it felt like it wasn't rotating fast enough to my teammates, and they capitalized on that. And, you know, for us to shoot the way we shot, 49%, wish we would have made a couple more threes, but I think we picked them apart all night. How many assists? 28 assists, you know, so I felt like we picked them apart, picked the gimmicks apart, but they made a big shot down the stretch.
Kevin, as you've watched Luka now for the last few years, what is it about his game that has allowed him to get to this level so quickly?
Well, I mean, I think it's a combination of playing in the EuroLeague at such an early age, playing that style of basketball where you got the ball out top all game. It's a slower paced game, and he controls it a lot. I mean, he's the main ball handler. You know, and they run pretty much one play the whole game, which is a pick and roll for him, and then he just creates. And you know, so it's unpredictable sometimes. He's such a great passer that he'll get into the lane and throw a dime. You know, after he, you know, goes up for a shot, he might throw a dime, you know. So he's unique in how they use him. You know, they feature him every possession. So, and then they got other guys when he's not playing, like Spencer, who plays similar to him, and Jalen Brunson that plays similar to him. So they built that program for him the second he got there, and they made sure he was able to be the best version of himself every day. So, sky's the limit. He's going to continue to do this for the next decade or plus.
And on a different note, we got the news about Ben before the game. How do you make sure that he stays involved in what's going on as you guys wait for his back to get right?
How do I keep him involved? He's a grown up. He's a grown man. He's an all-star. You know, he knows he's veteran in this league now. He know how to keep himself engaged, you know. Like I said before, I'm never gonna hold nobody's hand in this league, you know. So and he knows that. He don't want nobody to make sure he's being a professional, you know. So can't wait to get him back, but we don't want to rush him, and hopefully he gets back soon and be able to play the game that he loves every day. I know he misses it.
I know you've spent years seeing a lot of, defenses schemed out to stop you or slow you, but
Yeah.
In the home games, and on top of Kyrie, whenever you guys are missing a couple of extra guys, I mean, do you think people take a look at this and say, all right, let me
Most
let me try this triple teaming him?
I mean, yeah, it's been like that since game one. You know, so when I catch the ball in the post, we practice, for teams to come double me or triple me, or it's only gonna make me better as a player. Learning how to play against 2 and 3 people, how to shoot over 2, and I think I gotten better at learning how to not accept a double, but sometimes try to beat it and use my length to score over it and make plays. And as before, when I see a double team, I'm looking to pass immediately. So I'm really a little bit more patient, and I think this season, teams have been throwing everything at me to try to slow me down. And I think that's when, the mental side of the game, that's where I continue to keep growing and seeing things, seeing new defenses, new schemes, how the game is evolving. I feel like coaches are trying new things when they play against me. So I look at it as a sign of respect, but also a teaching moment as well.
Two-part question. When on that last shot that you took, you guys just went all the way down the floor and you just took the shot. Was that a reaction to the way the defense was playing you? And do you prefer to go down the court and not take a timeout after something like that happens?
Yeah, I mean, it's each situation is different. I definitely like the flow of just taking it out the rim and going and seeing what happens against unset defense. But I pretty much knew how they were going to guard me. I was just waiting to see who was going to run and jump me once I crossed half. And they played a little loose there, so I was able to get a shot off. And it was a good look. But, yeah, sometimes I like, if they score, we get out the basket and run. Sometimes I like a timeout. But I think tonight was perfect, the momentum that we had. And Luka hit a bunch of big shots there in the fourth, and we was able to match every one of them into that last one. We just ain't have enough time.
Last couple real quick. The whole building went quiet. Sterling Brown stepped on your foot and you went down. What pain were you feeling?
Hey, I stubbed my toenail. Like, I'm sure y'all done had a stubbed toenail. That shit stings. And every time I stub my toenail, I remember exactly where I was. Every time I done did it. So yeah, that was one of those ones that just stung for a couple minutes. But Claybert just like, I was running fast as shit, and he just stopped right in front of me, and my toenail just hit the tip of my shoe. So yeah, but I'm straight.
I was asked this question earlier, but you're out there. You're better to answer this question as a student of the game. Where is the talent? You see the talent level in the NBA right now. We're seeing 60 on back-to-back nights, guys getting 50. You got a couple this season. You face Luka tonight. Where do you see this talent level and where the game is right now across the league?
It's in a great place. I'm talking to people every day about the game, having conversations about our game. And a lot of people wish they can go back into the 90s, early 2000s, I guess, because it was a little bit more physical, more fights, less technicals, not a lot of ejections. And that's cool. I mean, it's fun if you like that shit. But when you watch us now, you seeing big fellas. Look at Joel Embiid, like what he can do. Like you said, Towns, what he can do. Look at our guards in our league. We got 6-7 point guard we just played against. You know what I mean? We got one on our team as well. So the talent and the skill level it just evolved from what we've seen in the past. And we wouldn't be as good if it wasn't for us emulating and watching and try to evolve what guys before us did. So it's just a cycle, and it's, you know, the next generation is going to add on to what we did, and so on and so forth. And that's why the game is so beautiful. It's always evolving day to day. You know, you see a new scheme like they just ran against me today, you know, so you're going to see more and more stuff like that and see the game evolving. And I'm just happy that I'm a part of it at this time.